So lately I've been getting kind of bored with the style of videos that I've been presenting to you guys. Me just sort of sitting in front of the camera and talking about whatever experiences I have can be good, but I feel as if it would be a lot more fun for me if I sort of express my creativity in a way that's a little more engaging to you guys. Now, this is going to be a long journey, but I think that at least starting somewhere would be a good start. So let's kind of see where I can take this. I think it would be a very fun thing for us, and yeah, let's just try this thing out. So unfortunately, the gyms have been closed down recently again because of the lockdown stuff. So I'm not really able to do my heavy squats anymore. I think that was the kind of main thing that I lost since I don't have access to my gym. But even if that's the case, I still can pretty much maintain my physique or sort of progress with basically what I do is I put 2 water jugs and a bunch of free weights into a gym bag, and then I can do weighted pull-ups with that. That'll target my lats and biceps primarily, and then for chest I'll do weighted pull-ups with it, so I just put it on my back. And I can also do skull crushers with it as well, and then like lateral raises. And then for squats, basically what I have to do is I have to do a one-legged pistol squat. And surprisingly enough, I didn't know that I actually had the balance to perform pistol squats, but it's cool that I can actually do it with a pretty significant amount of weight. The weight bag that I have weighs around 80 pounds, so I can definitely start putting at least like small 5-pound weights in it to kind of bump it up a little bit so to get more sort of resistance and everything. But so far, the equipment that I have, it's been allowing me to maintain my physique. So yeah, that's pretty good. All right, guys, here's the tools that I'm working with. So I got one. It's around like 26 pounds. It's just like a water jug. They also kind of get punctured by the free weights that are in it, so I have to kind of tape them up a little bit in the spots that they have puncture holes. They still leak, but if I do my workout fast enough, then it should be alright. So I got 2 of those, so that's basically 52 pounds, I guess. And then we have 2 5-pound kettlebells, and then a 8-pound dumbbell, and then a 10-pound dumbbell. So that's about, all in total, it's around 80 pounds. And I also held the whole gym bag and then put myself on the scale and sort of weighed both of us, and then did the math to figure out how much it weighs. I just gotta set it up, just sort of plop them in this thing. Yeah, there we go. And then you just stuff this guy here, and kettlebells here, and one more dumbbell. Alright, beauty. Now I just gotta tape them up. So this is pretty much how my weighted push-ups go. So as I said, I start with 80 pounds, and I'll do about 30 to 35 reps the first round, and then second round will be around 20 to 25, and then a third will be anywhere from 15 to 20, and then it just kind of keeps going down there. I try to get it to around 110 maybe reps per session, and then I'll basically call it quits and then do some skull crushers afterwards with the weight. And I just wanted to show a bit of a sample of my squat exercises, basically just pistol squat. I try to make sure that my balance is decent. I'm trying to figure out different ways of doing it that might be a little less awkward. It's kind of a trial and error at the minute. Alright, so the weighted push-ups little routine is pretty much done. I didn't want to go too crazy just because my chest was a little bit sore from my weighted pull-up session yesterday. Sometimes my chest, like right here, will get a little bit sore from that, so I didn't want to just go overboard and just kill it beyond belief, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to check out the kind of pump that I got. I like seeing the gains. So on Christmas Day, I ended up taking around 230 micrograms of 1P LSD. My micropellets were 150 micrograms each, so I just took 1.5. This is my usual dose, and I wasn't really expecting much of a experience. It was more of just a on the whim sort of recreational experience for me. During the experience, it was actually trying in a different way than I'm used to. It wasn't all that visual, but there was a lot of mind bending in a way. I would describe it kind of like a thought loop. What was looping was I guess you can call them or what I've sort of grown up with in terms of experiences. So in my past, I've had sort of attachments that I thought were some sort of, I guess, divine intervention in some way. As I've sort of grown, I have integrated those experiences a little bit differently and sort of interpreted it in a way that really respected the concept of letting go of attachment and just being kind of self-reliant in a way. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be someone that is anti-social or whatever, but it's more of just being content with, I guess, your own company maybe. In this experience, I felt as if that I was trapped in some sort of loop of this attachment that I eventually was able to get rid of. I had the suspicion that, you know, it was never going to go away, and somehow I was just going to be locked in it for eternity. And I even had thoughts that, I'm going to die now because I can't survive in this type of, I guess, state of consciousness where, you know, there's a really not healthy state of mind. I think, you know, I really respect the Buddhist type mentality, basically talking about letting go and letting go of attachments and stuff like that. You know, I really resonate with those kinds of Buddhist ideals, and anytime I feel myself trying to get into some sort of attachment like that, I really remember that kind of teaching or that kind of influence that I have. And I think during this experience, I sort of lost that perspective, or at least I felt like I did. So it was kind of scary for me because I felt like I was losing my center and myself somehow. And, you know, none of this was visually scary or anything like that. It was all a mental experience. You know, I thought I was never going to be able to work my way out of what I was thinking, or it was just a impossible puzzle. But I think that it was just the trip, you know. You know, once you get out of it, you're not really sort of processing the same information that you were when you were in that. You know, it's definitely a lot different. So I'm glad that I had the experience, definitely. I think that every time that I have sort of a trying experience, it's something that ends up being pretty beneficial. This was just a little bit different. In the experience, I was kind of worried about trying DMT because I felt like DMT would bring me even closer to that sort of fear that I had of, you know, getting back into that sort of attachment state of mind. But I don't know. I think that's going to be different from now on, because I've had DMT experiences after, you know, I've dealt with those things, and it never sort of rehashed it. So I think I'm in the clear, but, you know, I'm just going to play it by ear. I'm probably going to have a DMT experience soon. I just got to prepare myself and have enough time for it. So, you know.
So recently I was put in my place on the Reddit piano forum. One dude that's been specifically giving me guidance, he says that I shouldn't even be touching Lisp pieces until I have mastered scales. He said I shouldn't even be touching Lisp pieces until I can play scales with both hands and contrary movements at 140 BPM. There's apparently different schools of technique. There apparently is the Russian and the French. So one of the well-respected Redditors on the forum, he had a good tutorial on the Russian technique, so I've been really trying to follow that as best as I can. the moment, my scales have a bit of a far way to go still, because at 140 BPM, it still appears uneven, and my efficiency in my movements, even the curling of my fingers, I have to make sure that they aren't flat. So basically, I have to practice it at lower tempos and try to ramp it up while still maintaining good form. They told me that I shouldn't even be trying to push it up to 140 until I have the form right, but I guess my ego really wanted to achieve that kind of speed relatively quick, but I just got to be patient with it. So when the guy that was giving me guidance said that I shouldn't even be working on lists, a concert pianist named Jill Crossland also commented and basically saying that there's no point delaying gratification if it leaves you uninspired and unmotivated. So I thought that was a really good perspective to have, because I feel like if I was just doing scales all day, every day, I would just end up getting bored with it. So basically, I am going to be trying to tackle pieces that are easier, stuff like Mozart and Bach and whatever. I'm still going to be working on the list pieces and stuff like that, but I'm just going to, on the side, really work on the fundamentals and just sort of technique training and whatnot. So